For the first time in a long while, I feel genuine boredom. I honestly can't remember the last time I felt it. Like, generally speaking, the constant mood that occurs for me is clarity in the sense that I have a focus on what I want, what I desire. But while the feeling of clarity is still there, there isn't anything particular to focus on. Sure, I desire and want stuff like food and money and other obvious things, but rather there isn't anything for me to focus on in terms of hobbies. While I love drawing and making art, I know I have to somewhat pace myself because I know if I were to post more art consistently, I'm gonna hit a creative burnout. Not an artist block, but just straight up, I'm just gonna be tired of making art. And there was a period of time where for 6 months, I made and posted artwork every other day. I look back at that period of time as quite unproductive in terms of my art journey, to be quite frank, as I simply didn't have the time to reflect on any changes I would make for the next piece, as I just needed to focus on making the next art piece and putting it out there. Dare say, this period of time was probably detrimental to my growth as an artist. With singing, well, I can only go so far without having any sort of proper training or formal education in any singing or musical matter. Like, sometimes I start to get the hang of doing distortion while singing, then I forget how to do it like a week later. And the tutorial video can only do so much in helping learn how to do a certain skill. Admittedly, I pace myself quite poorly when it comes to singing. More often than not, I burn myself out and destroy my vocal cords for singing too much. Whether it's trying to do distortion, using my head voice too much, using too much falsetto, I'm generally bad at pacing my singing stamina. As for gaming, grinding can get boring, obviously. It also doesn't help that I don't have any form of income at the moment, so I can't randomly decide, oh, I want to play that game, and instantly buy it. Also, not having friends to play games with also means less fun, equaling more boredom, so that sucks. I think a part of me just wants to do something productive. My leg is shaking up and down as I talk about this. This is probably the reason why I started writing this damn journal entry, that the overwhelming feeling of doing nothing has caused me to do anything and has made me do something in this form of talking. I'm honestly surprised how organic the words are flowing out and my thoughts are just spewing out, considering that I can't force myself to talk out a journal entry simply for the sake of the YouTube algorithm and making video journals on a weekly basis. No way can I do that. Maybe if my life was constantly hectic, but it ain't that. It's quite calm, and ironically enough, some may say it's boring. But I suppose an introvert can only do so much, and a very, very introverted person like myself can only do so much for that. Anyways, no clue what I'm doing after this. Maybe art, or games. I don't know. I'll figure it out after having taken a dump. This journal entry was written on April 19th, 8 p.m.